Hey guys, it's Michelle, and I am joined today by Billy Forte. And today we are going to do a short full-length workout with you guys. All right, so if you don't have a sturdy chair, go grab one, pause this video, but then come right back to us and we're going to work out. So Billy, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, well then let's go ahead and get started. So just to start off, let's do a little bit of stretching.
Okay.
Go ahead and grab your leg and put it across the opposite side. And then if you can, point and flex with that foot and stretch that ankle out and the calves out. On the flex is the calf. And then the ankle is the front, the shins on the point. And just go back and forth, and you can help it or do it on its own power.
What does that do for you?
So on the point, you're actually stretching out in the shin area.
Okay.
And working that muscle in the ankle and the foot. And then on the flex, it's stretching the calf area.
Which the calf area is important, I think.
Yep. All right, so let's switch legs now. We'll grab the other leg and point and flex. How does it feel, Billy? I know
Good.
You've been walking without your AFO.
Correct, yes. I've been doing it for now a month, and I see nothing wrong. When I first started walking without it, my leg was kind of weak, but it's getting stronger now. And I noticed that the only problem I have is every once in a while it dips down. So my sneaker grabs and I stop. But I usually happens to me when I'm in the store with a carriage, so it's okay, you know.
So you've got that cart to help you.
Right, and then in the house I've got the walls, but in the house I practice lifting the leg up.
Good.
So you walk with one leg, then you said you might lift the other leg up, and then you walk with the other leg, lift the other leg up. If you have the walls to balance yourself side by side, you're okay. I don't know how that would work if you didn't have the walls.
Or a cane, I would think is helpful for balance.
Okay, yeah, I can never get used to a cane. I know when I go into CVS, I have a cane. Then I can go get their cart, because their carts are inside. But I can never figure out how to walk with the cane. The girls in the rehab, they never showed me. Basically, it was like,
Oh gosh, well maybe because I actually know how to, so I'll have to do a video and
good,
we'll
yeah,
have to practice.
yeah, because I got a couple of canes, but
All right, well that's on my list now. Okay, so after pointing and flexing, let's go ahead and lift the arms up, clasp your hands together, and then lift your arms up. And we're gonna just go to the side, yep, just not too far, so you're out of balance. And then the opposite side, we're just doing a little side crunch and working the balance. And everyone at home, make sure you're sitting tall and then leaning, not too far, but far enough. All right, so we're gonna do one more to each side. So
this is very good for your hips too.
Oh, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. All right, so last one there. We can go ahead and drop your arms. And if you can't raise your arms over your head, that's an exercise that you can just keep your arms at your side or in your lap, and you can go side to side like that. And you can even hold on to the chair. So you
Also, I would think
into it.
if you have a chair with arms on it, maybe that would help, because the arms would hold you in place.
Yeah.
If your chair doesn't have arms, then be careful you don't go too far because you'll go over.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's why that one's good for balance, but we don't want to go too far that we lose balance.
That
But it's a
That
good
would-
practice
would
one.
defeat the purpose.
Right, right. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is some sister stands.
That's a
And
good-
let me just show you what this is gonna look like really quick. So we're gonna sit tall in our chair, and then I personally, I hold on to something as I stand up, so I support my leg. But you're just going to, I'm gonna go, my head's gonna go off the screen, but we're just standing like that. And then to sit down, I always reach down and grab the chair and kind of help myself lower into the chair. So that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna do 5 of them in a row, and we're just going to just hold on to the chair for help if needed. Otherwise, you can cross your arms over your chest. All right?
Yeah.
So here we go. Stand up. And then down. And then up. Down. 1, 3. And then 4. Oh, well, there's 4. I counted it down as 4, but
Yeah.
now that's down 4. So here's the last one at 5. And then there we go. Did you have to hold on at all, Billy?
Yeah, it felt good. The last one I could stand pretty good. The first couple ones I couldn't stand that great. So I think it's basically if you're sitting like I've been sitting for a while, you want to make sure you're stable before you start doing that. But I also have a chair, another chair where it has arms on it, so you could, that would be
You
a
can
good chair
hold
to
on.
stand in
Yeah.
front of it and do the
Yeah.
squats. That way you
And
have
that's a really good option too. I could stand behind this chair and just do squats instead of sit to stands.
right, but if you have one with arms on it, you got the, you're going forward. So you can, if you fall, you go into the chair, so you won't, with the chair like that, holding in the back, I think it may be a problem, it may not be a problem, but it could, I think it's more secure if you have a regular chair with arms on it and hold it in front of the chair.
An option also is having that chair right in front of you to hold on to the back of the chair.
Right,
Okay, so next up, what we're going to do, now the rest of the exercises are all seated. The only standing one was the sit to stand. So, the next one, what we're going to do is a heel raise. And so how we do that is if you have a weight, go ahead and grab it and then put it on top of the thighs and just hold it in place with your hand. And then lift up the heels, and so you go to your toes and then down again. And so the weight is there for a little resistance.
what
And then,
what does that do?
so this is a calf exercise.
No, I think that you could, well, I do this against the wall. I do stand on your tiptoes.
Yes, exactly, exactly. You know what a really good balance exercise is if you actually walk on your tiptoes. But
Yeah,
you need something to hold on to the whole way you're walking because that
Yeah.
can be challenging as
yeah,
well.
that could be a
So
problem.
that's why we do exercises like this one right here, because that strengthens the foot and the calf. And so it makes walking on the tiptoes a little bit progressively easier.
I'll become a ballerina.
You're going to be walking on your toes pretty soon. All right, so go ahead and grab that weight, and we're actually going to use that in the next exercise. So what you're going to do is hold on to the weight and hold it down to the side, And we're going to lean into that side and just let that weight drop like 3 or 4 inches, not too far. And then back up. We're going only to that side with the weight. And then back down. Now, this is a variation of the exercise we did with the arms over the head, except we have the weight this time.
Right.
All right, so let's do one more right here. And then grab that weight, and if possible, put it in your other hand. Now, this one's my affected hand, so I put it in that hand, and then I'm able to hold on to it. And if you cannot grab the weight with your affected hand, just skip the weight and just do the exercise without the weight. You're still getting resistance by your body leaning into that exercise. Okay. So we're gonna do 3 more. There's 1, 2, and 3. Let's do 1 more for good measure. Because I lost count on the other side, but I want to make sure that we even it out. So let's stop there. All right, now we're going to do 1 more with the weight, and that's bicep curls. So kind of scoot to the front of the chair. And there's a couple ways that you can do this. One is a bicep curl, just like so, where the weight is in front of the chair. And we kind of move the legs to the side and do the one arm like that. The other option is to rest the elbow on the knee like this, and then bring the weight up like that. And that way you have a little bit of support.
I think there's less stress on the arm this way.
Exactly. So that's a good option. And so we'll do, if you've been doing them with us, we're going to do 3 more. Two, and last one. And then we're going to go right into the other side with that. All right, so if you did it on your thigh, let's do that again. If you did it the other way, then go ahead and do it the same way. Now this is my affected hand. I know
How much should the weight be?
Well, that's going to be different for everyone. I have a 5-pound weight because I haven't been working out my arms very much. I know that. What do you have today?
This weight here is it's like 2 pounds. It's very.
2 pounds. That's a perfect start, though.
But what's nice about this weight is it has a strap on it. So you can strap it on your hand.
That's perfect. That's great. Okay, so this is the last one here. Okay, and so really quick about the bicep curls. We're going to do each of these exercises 1 more time through. And if you cannot hold on to the weight with your affected hand, doing the bicep curls on your thigh like this is really nice because you can actually hold the weight with your affected hand, but then wrap your unaffected hand around the hand, and you can actually do this exercise while holding that weight in your hand. And you still get the work with the bicep, but you're helping your hand hold that weight, and you're helping your arm do the movement with the unaffected side. So that's good to get that workout. So next, what we're going to do is a straight arm raise. And now this is our last one, and then we're going to start over from the beginning. This one, we're going to clasp our hands together, and we're going to hold our arms out in front of us. Now, you could do this with a weight in between your hands. The first time through, we're going to do no weight, and then we can grab that weight that we have on the second time through. So we're going to go just a straight arm raise up overhead. and then back down. So this is working the upper back and shoulders. Okay. So we're going to do a total of 8 of these. This is a big muscle group, so we can do quite a few. How's this feel, Billy?
Good. You feel,
Start on the back?
basically in shoulders, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel in my shoulders.
That's perfect. That's exactly where you should. I feel mine in between my shoulder blades.
Uh-huh.
So let's do one more. All right, so there we go, and then back down. And now we're gonna go right back to the beginning. So let's grab that foot and cross it over the opposite thigh. And we're gonna do 5 points and then flexes. So there's 1, here's point and flex for 2, point and flex for 3, point, flex for 4, and last one, point, flex for 5. And then we'll switch legs. All right, so do the point and the flex and the point and the flex. Here's 3, point and flex, point, flex for 4, and point and flex for 5. Okay, so next up is that arms overhead candlestick. Well, it's like a sweaty candlestick, really, because we're going from side to side. So
And
here's 1 into that side, and then opposite. Here's 2, and 2, 3, and 3. And remember, an option for this one is to have your hands in your lap and just lean into each side.
this is good for your hips.
It's a good stretch, really, for that
feel-
whole side.
I can feel it in the hips. Yeah.
All right, so there's 1, and then last one on this side. Okay, and so now we are to the sit and stands again. So we're going to do 5 of them again. Remember, if you need to hold on to the chair to help you up, or to put your hand down in the chair to help lower yourself into the chair, then that is absolutely perfect, because I do the same thing, and it helps. So here we go. Ready? Up. And then down. And then here's 2. And down. And then for the last 3, let's just do squats. So let's actually not sit in the chair. Let's just hover over it. So we'll go up, and then we'll go down just a little bit, but then right back up. All right, here's 2 that way. And then last one, just hover over the chair, back up. And then we go back down all the way.
I feel that in the heels.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that in the heels, basically.
Okay, so next up is our, I think we're to, forgive me, but I've lost my place. I think we are to bicep curls. And then, yes. Okay, so go ahead and grab that weight. And then, so there's the 2 options to do the bicep curls. I'm gonna go with my arm resting on my thigh.
Okay.
And here we go. So let's do. Now you want to bring the weight straight up to your shoulder. So you're really isolating that bicep by by having the elbow rest. It's great support. Okay, so let's do 2 more.
I think I have to get a bigger weight. This weight's too light, I think.
It's a good start though. All right, so let's switch arms. And then go ahead and pop that arm up if you need to.
Now, can you lift your arm without helping it?
I can. The only reason it's good for me to do that is because then I can support my wrist because I have a very weak wrist.
Yeah, that's good though that you do, yeah.
So
Your
that's
arm is
what-
basically strong enough. It's your hand that's messed up.
exactly. I have pretty good arm movement. It is just my hand.
Yeah. That'll come back.
I will, I'm working hard on it. So let's hope so.
It will.
Let's do that last one.
It will come back.
It will. I'm gonna adopt your positivity on this one.
Yeah, not, you don't ever, yet it will come back. Hasn't come back yet, but it will come back.
Hey, and that's the most important word. I like that. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So let's do the teacup. Well, that's what I call it anyway. That's where we're gonna go side to side with the weight in that arm. So we'll do the right side. And remember, if we're leaning over just far enough to engage that core, we want the stretch over on the opposite side and the crunch on the obliques on the side we're working.
Yeah, you don't want to go too far. It's on the floor.
And we're running into that problem with the balance. But let's do last one, the best one. And then we'll switch sides with that weight.
I think if you're afraid you're gonna fall on the floor, put a pillow there. So you got something to fall on.
That's preparing for the worst possible scenario,
Just
which
in
is
case
a
you
good
fall.
thing to do. All right, so let's do 5 on this side also. But we might do 1 for good measure, because I did lose count on the other side. Sometimes I can't count top.
This is good.
So we're doing the 1 more. All right, so that's it with that. So you can drop the weight if you don't want to use it, but if you want to go ahead and try it with that arms overhead one, go ahead and wrap the weight in one hand and then wrap the hand around the other hand and stretch it out in front of you. Now this is going to be you're going to want a lower weight to start with this one. Make sure you're sitting tall and you have a tight core. And then go overhead and down, up.
Your arms are pretty strong.
I do planks. I do have to say that planks are probably the one exercise that I keep up. Even if I'm not doing a full workout, I will still do planks. So I get that shoulder work and the arms. All right, so that was, let's do 1 more for good measure. And actually the last one might have been the good measure one, but we're stopping there. And I promise you will feel that one tomorrow, especially if you use the weight on the second round.
You know, it's a good exercise too. If you have a bureau and you have a bureau that's maybe waist high, you lean against it and do push-ups.
Oh, that's actually, and a wall is a good option too. Wall push-ups
That strengthens your upper body too.
Yeah,
That's what I've
your chest
been.
gets a nice workout. The back gets a nice workout
I
stretch
do,
as well.
I do 20 of those every morning.
Oh, do you really?
Oh, yeah. I do
What else
20 of
is
the,
a
I do
regular
20 of
exercise you
those,
do?
and then I do 20 toe stands. I guess
Okay.
the same dresser. And then, that's all I do basically. Then,
Well, I think one of the most important things about what you just said is that you hold on to that dresser for
right, so
oh,
if you're full, you're gonna go into the dresser, so you won't get hurt. And basically, if you get tired, you sit down. You don't push yourself.
exactly,
Start off with 5 or 2 or 3 and build yourself up.
exactly.
I started off with 10, now I'm up to 20. But I think 20 is a good number, and so I stuck with 20. But
That's excellent. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, so we are down to a few stretches. Are you up for that? We
Sure.
did the whole workout 2 times through, and now we're just gonna do a couple stretches. It's be really quick. So what you're gonna do is stretch your leg out in front of you and put that heel into the ground and just go ahead and lift that toe up a little bit. So we're stretching the calves and the hamstrings.
pull it towards you.
Pull it towards you. Yep, if you can.
Yeah.
If you need the help, you can wrap a towel around the toe and then pull that towards you, so you don't have to lean and grab your toes, or you can just lift your toe up on its own. Okay, and so pull that leg back and then stretch out the opposite leg, and then pull that toe just enough to feel that stretch in the hamstrings and the
Yeah,
calf.
the back, yeah. You know what I found too, when I couldn't move my ankle, try rolling it. And eventually you'll be able to roll it. I couldn't do that. Now I could do that. So then what happens is then you could do the point your toe. But basically the starter was I had to roll it first to get some type of movement in there. And then I
Yeah,
was able to do, like you're saying, point, point, bring it back, point, bring it back.
that's a great place to start. So when you say roll, did you just do like circles
It's
with
like,
it?
yeah, it's like a circle.
Okay, great. That's awesome.
And think about, think in your mind. Close your eyes and just think you're doing a circle. And it's strange. You can picture it in your mind, and your leg will do that.
Yeah.
It's basically
Visualization is an excellent tool.
you're rewiring your brain, basically.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And yeah, that's the whole thing.
Okay. Let's see. The last stretch. Oh no, I got 2 more.
Okay.
So we're gonna grab that leg again and cross it over the opposite thigh. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna just lean forward over that leg to stretch out the inner thigh and the hip flexors.
You can feel it. You can feel it in the back. You
All
feel
right.
it,
And then we'll do the other leg.
you feel in your glutes, I think.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Okay, lean into that. This is my favorite stretch. I love this one.
This is a nice one. Yeah, you can actually feel your whole leg, the
Yeah.
muscle stretching, and yeah.
All right, and then we'll lift up. And the next one is for the sides for the core. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and turn into the side. You can go ahead and look to the side that you're turning into. And you can grab the back of the chair if you have one. Or you don't have to grab the back of the chair, just lean into that side by looking over to that side. All right, so, or another variation, if you don't have a back of the chair, bring your opposite arm to the outside of the thigh and kind of help your turn into that side, and then opposite arm to the opposite outside of the opposite thigh turn into that, and stretch that core. Okay, so that is it for today's workout. Billy, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, well, until next time, guys, I will bid you adieu and a good day. Well, those are the two same things. And thank you for joining us.
And always remember one thing, never stop trying. Once you stop trying, it's all over. That I know for sure. So
And
make sure you keep on going.
yeah, I think that's the best way that we could have ended this video. All right, guys, bye.
Have a good day.